How's it going, guys? Mark from Sea Swivel here. Today we're doing a mag mount install. This customer had a other brand of a mount on here before, so it wore down the shaft a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and do a mag mount install. So step number one is to mount the collar loosely, and you want to get it as close as you can to the top of the trolling motor and make sure it's flat against the deck. And once you determine where on the deck you want it to be stowed, you essentially will take a pencil and you're going to mark a circle all the way around this. And then after you've marked that circle, we're going to go ahead and drill our hole for the other magnet, which stays on the deck. So after you have marked where the bottom magnet is going to stay on the gunnel, you're going to take a 3/16 drill bit, make your hole, and then with the provided screw that comes in the box, you're going to use this screw to thread the fiberglass with the threads for this magnet. So after you've threaded your holes, now you're ready to put the magnet down on the deck. You're going to cover this with silicone and then also cover the whole base of this with silicone before you install it down on the deck. So after you have applied your silicone to the bolt and to the back of the magnet, we're going to go ahead and screw it down to the boat. So when you start to thread the magnet in, just keep it level with the deck and just screw it down by hand. Until it reaches the silicone, and then give it a couple more spins until you feel it get nice and snug, until you see the silicone start oozing out of the sides, and that's when you know when to stop. You don't want to over tighten this because then you can actually spin the screw that's inside here. So after you've installed your bottom magnet, you want to make sure that this adjustment is loose, and so is your top collar, because these magnets actually will index each other. So they only go one direction. So if you see, if I move this and I go over that magnet, it's going to index it. So you want it to be indexed and you want it to be firmly installed together before you go back and do your jam nut tightening. And you want to put a little bit of Loctite on this nut. And then also after that, you can then tighten these two bolts, which also you should put some Loctite on this as well. So there you have it. We have our mag mount installed and ready to roll. I also wanted to point out, when you're doing the install on a mag mount, you want to make sure that you don't use any rusty tools, because obviously these are magnets and they're going to attract any ferrous metal, and if any dust particles or any metal particles attached to this magnet, obviously when salt water hits it, you're going to get little rust spots that are going to show up on top of here. If that happens, you simply just take some rust removal cleaner and a clean rag and just wipe it free.